What I'm supposed to do within these 10 minutes is just to give you an incentive to actually look and then search what is really useful for you, and then what dotSpace together with the dotSpace Office is able to provide you as a guideline, or in helping you in gathering all the necessary information about the calls. So what is Horizon 2020? What is Horizon Europe? That's something that you're trying to find out. The answer, Otto. So basically, Horizon 2020 was between 2016 and 2014 and 2020. The next iteration of research and development for Europe started in 2021 and will last until 2027. What has been changed basically the main driver behind the research and development. So basically coming from excellence in science, then he moved towards open science. Then where most of the projects they are actually locating and a lot of investment has been done in research and development are the so-called pillars and the missions, which sits in the middle of both images. And then just to have an idea about the sums, and then I was talking about pillar number 2. These are the amount of investment that have been put in calls starting from 2021 to 2027. The way these investments are done in research and development is in a cycle of 2 years. So basically, the 2021, 2022, it's a cycle. And then Commission publish through its services, internal services, the work program of Horizon Europe. Now we are already at the end of a cycle. The last calls of this cycle will be published in June. Some of them they were published in April and May. How can you find and read about these calls in a snapshot? What this call actually tell you, the title of the call. So if you're looking for Horizon Europe call, then you have the indicator Horizon. What EUSPA says. EUSPA says basically where in the cluster that I showed before here they exist. Each cluster is basically cluster 1 is health, cluster 2 is culture creativity, cluster 4 is industry and space. And that's how you identify them. The cluster number is going to be specified. Then you have the year of the call. For the calls for 2021, you have 2021. For the calls in 2022, you have 2022. And then also you will have specified there what is the destination of this call. So basically, what are the expected results? And this is very much important in actually when you think to apply a call to be very much aligned with this destination. So basically strategic autonomy for developing, deploying and using global space infrastructure, services and applications and data. So it's very important when you design a consortium to look what the destination is. You can find more information about this specific call, which is one of the calls that we shortlisted in the lower left, where we have also Horizon Europe conducts this called Info Days, and you have a video there where you can look and inform yourself about the call, what are the results, what you do with your, what you should write, how you should write, and all the necessary information you can find there. For the specific thematics of this webinar, we shortlisted 7 calls. Of course, Katya and Nas will share with you these calls. You can have the presentations. Basically, you have hyperlink for each of these 7 calls, and you can simply use these hyperlinks in order to go to the fact sheets that we actually provide within the open space calls on our website. Also, what I've added when the call has been opened. So, for example, the first call has been opened on 5th May 2022, and then deadline is 6th September 2022. Also, what I've added for some calls where it was available, I added also a specific links to the info days provided by the European Commission services, where you can inform yourself directly from the project officer that designed the work package and the work program, what they are actually expecting for this call. So this is very important for you when you start to create a consortium in order to align yourself with the proposal to what is actually requested from this project. This is how the fact sheets looks, and then you can have these fact sheets in a snapshot from our open calls network and from our open calls dotSpace website, and then we created these fact sheets in order for you to get all the necessary information in a whisker. Basically, in 10 minutes reading, then you have a really relevant information for you. For more details, of course, you can simply go to the more detailed information. What is here is just like an incentive for you. If you are apply for and then prepare a submission, one of the most important changes from Horizon 2020 to Horizon Europe is how you prepare the proposal. And then one of the most important part of preparing the proposal, we are not here to tell you how to prepare the proposal, how to write the proposal. There are more specialized companies to do that. But I have to highlight to you that you should start always with the canvas part, because this is one of the most important part of the proposal. It is a summary of our proposal from this point of view. So pay attention to this. There are a lot of guidelines around, and this is a snapshot from the guideline presented by the European Commission. Now, where to find the companies? Of course, through our webinars, and then to direct contact during our networking session. In this case, CGI, we have CGI and Sobol, but also dotSpace, together with its partner, they started to develop the so-called space industry map or space ecosystem maps. What you have here on screen, I put two of this type of outputs. So it's the space industry map of the Netherlands. You will get a complete snapshot of the value chain and supply chain of Dutch space industry. And then also recently we published the same type of map for a space ecosystem together with OSPA and then our partners in Czech Republic. Now concluding my presentation, specifically for Dutch companies, the Dutch Enterprise Agency RVO has a national contact points and advisors that will provide the service of guiding you in writing, not guiding you, but actually reviewing and giving you advices and tips how, once you've written the proposal, if the proposal meets the expectation of European Commission from this point of view. But I have to stress again, this is only valid for Dutch organization, because this is a Dutch governmental organization. Then you have the CEDIA, EU Port and Single Electronic Data Interchange Area, where you can find yourself the calls. Of course, if you want to do this directly from the source, or but also, as I said, you can use our open calls dotSpace in order to get them much faster, because you already brushed hundreds and hundreds of calls and then selected the one that are relevant for space. And then finally, the less hyperlink that are presented here. I mentioned here in the Horizon Europe Info Days, specifically for this cluster that we were interested today. There are info days that already have been done for Disaster Resilient Society that will come a little bit later in our webinars. This will happen in the end of June. So do consult all the time our website to get the calls, and then try to gather as much as possible information about possible partners, but also to get yourself informed about what these calls are about, because these are the most important things in setting up a proposal. So that will be from my side, Remco.
Okay. Thank you very much, Andrei. That was a lot of information. So I can imagine that this is kind of overwhelming. Of course, we'll be sharing the presentations with all of you who registered. If you haven't registered, if you're watching through LinkedIn, then please go to opencalls.space. That is literally the address where you can find the registration page. We'll keep it open so you can be added to that list to receive this information from Andrei, but also from our other speakers, including all the links to these fact sheets that you mentioned. I know at Ground Station we put a lot of effort into making these fact sheets usable for you and to really summarize the essence of these open calls and of these funding opportunities for everyone involved. So thank you very much, Andrei. I do have a question though. Here on the call we have quite a few people who are not based in EU member states. How can non-EU member states still be involved in Horizon Europe or in these space call opportunities?
It is specified within the calls. Most of the times, there's a big focus on Africa, on African countries, and then I remember for all the European projects that actually we are catering and we are working within, always the project officer, basically the project manager that works for the European Commission, ask for case studies or ask about how do we reach out to Africa. Of course, it's also valid for other geographies. But this is specified within the calls. But again, the partnership between Europe and Africa is of extreme importance. So we will always be looking for case studies in African geographies.
Okay, thank you for that. Now, what is the role of Ground Station in this? What is your role? How can Ground Station dotSpace, in the context of its partnership with NSO, help create consortia and help people write proposals for these calls?
Yeah, the role of dotSpace is being a broker. So basically, we have a large network of partners and companies that we can reach out. And we have done this in the past. And then we're also able to do it right now for some calls, for example, disaster resilience. And also at dotSpace, we provide a lot of tools that can be from ideation, business canvas models, because in the end, every project, every research project, you should look also as a business because it needs to provide a viable solution. And then now the Commission also gives a lot of focus on actually monetization of European project results. So for example, for research and innovation project, it's more about research, but for innovation action, that's about actually producing tangible services and also products. So it's really important to get the right partner. So that's where dotSpace can fit in. And of course, I mentioned all the tools that we are developing and we are striving to develop and provide as much as possible information. And then we work in one-to-one settings until we reach the quorum, and then we'll launch probably a joint call from this point of view. I mean, I think maybe there are more expensive people within dotSpace answering to this question, but I took a chance to answer based on my experience.
Okay, well, thank you very much.